This room is dank. I was in this room between the age of 30 and 34, 35. I spent most of my time in this room, sat in the corner in agonising pain, writing on a desktop computer, in my prime with a needle in my leg. And this is what we need to try not to forget here, yeah, is like with all this other crap I'm mentioning concerning all the Dixons and the Bacons and everything else and all of the nonsense, all that's really relevant is I've been to Kettering General Hospital when I was 30. They put a needle in my leg. They're covering it up. The same as Gary Dixon's gaffer with a stun gun leaves no marks on the body. They like to torture people whereby they can have them tortured where there's no outward telltale signs that the victim's being tortured. One of their methods appears to be the embedding of a needle into the groin triangle upper thigh of the victim, which they leave strategically embedded. But yeah, this room in here, I sat in this room for 4 years, 5 years, between the age of 30 and 34, 35, in the corner of this room in agony, writing on a desktop computer, and I very rarely come in here anymore. But this whole flat is just so dank. But Jeremy Clarkson book. I know you got sold by Clarkson. A Bible, great philosophers. What books I got in there? How to finance a business. Good God. No, no good to me with a needle in my leg. Right, at the end of the day, it's like this. I'm in excruciating discomfort, hobbling around this flat, trying to clean up, pottering around, trying to clean up. And the only thing that's restricting me from living a normal, functional life is some dodgy dentistry, but mainly is the fact that the Kettering General Hospital have misappropriated this arthrogram procedure, and they've left what I believe to be one of the arthrogram needles strategically skewed into my anterior thigh groin. I can't get an honest, decent radiologist for life or limb, and it's literally life or limb in my limb needle. It's going to cost me my life unless I get it cut out. I can't find an honest radiologist to find it, to locate it, localize it, to surgically remove it. Last night, I'm laying there in agony. I can literally feel this thing jabbing inside me. I can feel it at the top of the thigh. I can feel it in the anterior hip with the leg disfigured. Really need my leg straightened out. My leg demobilized, put into traction. You need to put a sandbag underneath the knee to create flexion of the knee and flexion of the abductors in the anterior hip, and then you need to put an ultrasound machine over the top of my leg, and then when you've located it, you need to mark up and cut it out, whoever you are. I know you're out there somewhere, and you're going to be able to do it. It's just finding the person to get me in. Like this flat, I've been here 10 years being tortured. 11th son was ruined. Spent 10 years in there with a needle in my leg. The entirety of my 30s gone. The flat's not exactly the nicest of flats. When I was 30 years old, just before my 30th birthday, I was being invited to California. I was Chad Smith sitting outside a coffee shop in Romford Market, for God's sake. I was supposed to be taking a holiday on my 30th birthday, but I came here instead, and lying in wait was Dickie, and then in less than a year of being there, my legs all disfigured with a needle embedded in it. Now, years and years and years and years and years have passed with this thing strategically skewed in my leg. 10 years have gone by. And because of the retained needle in the top of the thigh groin with the leg disfigured the way that it is, it's slowly killing me. It's wrecking my health. It's wrecking my life. Plus, it's excruciating discomfort. It's torture. That's why they do this to someone. They're not doing this to someone not to torture them. They're doing it to afflict, to induce the maximum physical affliction, discomfort that they can. It's no different than Gary Dixon and his gaffer torturing people, whether it's children or adults, with the pain sensation threshold in terms of the pain connotative judgment levels, in terms of pain, discomfort, sensation, intolerance. They put me in a stressor position with a needle strategically skewed into the top of my thigh groin with the misappropriation of the arthrogram procedure at KGH in 2008, and ever since they've left me in excruciating discomfort with it strategically embedded into my thigh groin triangle upper thigh. It's Gary's gaffer. John Bacon liked to put children in stressor positions, place them into motherly supine positions, and put them into positions in it, like with the Kopf-Horter, maintain an erect posture so he can postulate his perversion, prostate the victim whilst torturing the victim. And that's what they've got going on here. Like 10 years I've been stuck in this dingy, crappy flat with nothing, no holiday, no money, no benefits, afflicted, being tortured with an RF field generator, needle in my groin, excruciating discomfort, the entirety of my 30s gone. I'm now an old man. I won't get to live a life of a youngster now. I can't look at the few years that I had left. They've wrecked them, haven't they? You know, I've got to the age of 40 now. My hair's turning grey. My teeth are falling out my head. I'm getting old. That doesn't change the fact that I'll probably still live for another 25, 30, 35, 40 years. And the prospect of living for another 25, 30, 35, 40 years with a needle strategically embedded in the top of my thigh groin triangle is not a very pleasant thought. You know, this is what I think they want me to do. I think at the end of the day, yeah, they want me dead the same way PC Philip Holtz topped himself. And that's what the clinical directorate with the police force are doing to me here. They're torturing me with the needle embedded in the groin, and they're just waiting for me to pick myself off, afford him no support, and afford him no pain relief, afford him no clinical evaluation, afford him no surgery to remove it from his leg, leave it strategically embedded for long enough. It will drive him so crazy that it will take his own life. Because it does, it literally drives you crazy. You got a needle embedded in the top of your leg groin. Your leg feels twisted and clinically disfigured. Plus, it's excruciating discomfort. You're limping around in agony. You can't. I've gone from being a cross-country runner, ice skater, somebody who played five-a-side indoor charitable football matches, to being a cripple, afflicted. I can't walk. I can't jog. I can't cycle. I can't run. I can't work. I can't do anything. The only thing that I can do is string myself up off of a piece of rope, and that's exactly what they want.